Beautiful rising, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today. As you can see, my sunflowers, they have bloomed and it's looking so beautiful. So it's currently facing the sun. I realized that it turned to face the sun. I mean, it is called sunflower. So guys, today I'll be sharing with you, you know, does container gardening work? Can you use container to plant your food and get enough food for yourselves and your family? So that's what we're going to be talking about today. Also, in the meantime, I'm just going to show you what I've done so far. My garden is looking extremely bushy because it has been raining non-stop, but I have my work cut out for me. So I just transplanted this little patch of string bean. Now, string bean is one of the plants that are easy to grow and that can give you quite amount of string bean, right, per plant if you fertilize very well, right? So yeah, I planted them right here in this spot. So I started them from seed. You could plant them directly. I chose to sow them, and when they reach a certain stage or height, I transplant them out. So you can always direct sow. So these can be planted in container. You can have up to probably 5 or 6 string bean, or 4 per 12-inch container, if you don't have a yard space to plant in, right? So that's one of the things you can plant in container that will grow easily within a month. 5 weeks, 6 weeks, you'll be harvesting your own string bean, and that's one of the easiest thing, right? So I'm encouraging you to grow your own food, whatever you have. It could be those water bottles, 1 gallon water bottle. You cut them, you fill it up with some dirt, and you plant in them, and you'd be surprised how much you get from it. Along with telling you what you can plant in containers, also today I'll be picking some vegetables for my customers. They have been loving the vegetables. The arugula are so plenty. My red romaine lettuce seems like they are going to bolt anytime soon, so I'll be harvesting those and using up those for myself. Yeah, and my collard greens, they are looking good. I sold quite a few from my plants, but they are looking good just the same. Another sunflower, I have quite a few, so if you look down you can spot them. They are looking beautiful, and I have 3 right there. They're smaller, but I just love to see them. All right, so I'll be just picking some arugula. So this is my arugula right here. So I just lean in as close as to the base of the plant. That's where I go and just break it, and that's it. Harvesting arugula, and they grow very quickly, and you get an abundance of food from it. Greens galore. So yeah, so I'll be harvesting some veggies. So I'm just going to show you the end result of harvesting my arugula. They are so green and beautiful. When you utilize cow manure and the natural type of stuff in your garden, this is the result you see. Them looking green and luscious. All right, look at the amount of arugula I just picked, and there's still more. So this is one of the leafy vegetables that you can also plant in container. They're that easy to grow. They don't need a lot of space, really. Once they get adequate water, they're good because they're a part of the watercress family, so they love water like any other leafy vegetable. So you can grow these easily. Look, that's how much I just picked, and I could get like the same amount or more from what is left. So it's that easy. Okay, so another thing you can grow in container easily is lettuce. They are pretty easy to grow. Very low maintenance, just a little fertilizer and they'll be fine. So this variety of lettuce that I'm growing is called butter crunch lettuce, right? So they grow differently from the ones that we are familiar with. The ones that we mostly grow in Jamaica is iceberg lettuce, Great Lakes lettuce. Those are the common types of lettuces you will find in our markets here. So I'm growing different types of lettuce. So it's two variations I currently have: the butter crunch and the red romaine lettuce. So if you have a 12-inch pot, you can grow up to 2 to 3 heads of lettuce per pot, depending on the variety, because you have some lettuce that needs way more space. So probably 2 per pot. And the thing with lettuce, you don't have to harvest the entire head of lettuce. You can just take off the leaves and use them, and it will continue to grow. So it's like you're just creating a never-ending food forest in your little containers that you're using. So yeah, that's one other thing. So I'll be harvesting some of these for myself as well. Yes, a lot of greens. I love my greens, especially my green juice, and you can add them to any other things, smoothies, and the list goes on. So that's my butter crunch lettuce, and you can grow any variation of lettuce in containers. Okay, so this is what I harvested. They are looking so luscious. Now look, if they are enjoying it, why shouldn't I? Look at the caterpillar. No, they are obsessed with my garden just like any other vegetable garden. This shows that my vegetables are pure. But, you know, it's annoying. I mean, they're eating my food, but we have to share. We have to share with nature. Nature shares with us by allowing us to grow our own food, right? And that's how we're living. So, yeah, I'm just going to get rid of this intruder so I can have some too. So, see, I think I just harvested about 6 heads of lettuce, and they are looking beautiful. Look at that. That's food. That's greens. That's various vitamins and minerals that I just picked from my garden, right? You can do it too. So you can grow lettuce in containers with ease. Now he's working his way around. Look at him. Anyway, yeah, so this is one other thing, guys. Okay, so my layers are excited to get their little treat. They'll be having some red romaine lettuce. So I do give my chickens my greens as well, because hey, I'm eating the eggs and I want to know that I'm getting quality eggs. So even though they get the feeding that I buy, I still try my best to give them these, which is pretty good for them, so it keeps them healthy, right? So they are just going to gobble these greens down. Look at them go for it. They love the greens. Aren't they beautiful? Yes, food is so important. Try to be as self-sufficient as you possibly can. So if you don't have space for chickens, grow the food, grow some vegetables. Yeah, so that's it for them. Have you ever seen Chinese cabbage before? Well, this is what it looks like. It's huge. It's huge. So it's not like the regular cabbage that we know that forms the head, the cabbage head. These are a leafy version. It smells like cabbage too. So I'm a little late in harvesting these because I realized that some of them started to bolt. But here they are. Quite a few. Look at this big one. I'm not sure if you can even understand the size of this. Let me put it down. Alright. Let me hold it properly. Alright, so you can have an idea. It is big, very leafy, right? Yeah, so the harvesting is going good, and this is one other type of vegetable that you can definitely plant in container. So that's what I have so far, plus that's full, and I haven't picked kale as yet. So yeah, and kale is one other thing you can grow in container, but it does need space. So if you have a 12-inch pot, it probably would be like a one plant per pot, so it gets adequate space to grow and it doesn't compete with any other plant, because some of these vegetables, they love nutrients. They will compete for nutrients. So that's why you have to understand what you're planting, know about your plants before you go ahead and plant them, so you know how to treat them, right? So let me walk down to the kale to show you. So, and kale can give you endless food. It continues growing, it continues to push out leaves, and yeah, so they are right here. They are looking beautiful. Yes, the caterpillars can't do anything about that, but they are looking beautiful. And here's a caterpillar as I speak, right there. They're so pretty, don't it? Yeah, but if you follow them, you eat nothing. So I'm going to be harvesting some. Look at that one right down in the center. Let me take him out, chewing on the tender leaves that are the very baby leaves, but hey, that's just how it is. So I try to break them from the very closest, as close as possible to the stem, and whether the caterpillar chew on them or not, hey, I rinse them and I eat them. It shows that my food is good. My food is good. So even though I may spray them, I give them some time and I don't use a lot of what they say to spray it, because I want to know that my food is safe. So I'm seeking a more organic route at the time to do my thing. But for now, this is what I have to do. So I wait until they start eating, I start eating, so I know it's safe. So yes, we're getting there. I've been harvesting all morning. It's a lot of work, but it's food. And that's what you call a bouquet of vegetables. Imagine walking down the aisle with something like this and you can eat it after. Anyway, so yeah, this is what I harvested. A lot of kale, and I could go back and get the same amount or more from what's there. So yeah, and I just keep picking every week and it continue growing. So it's like an endless food supply you're creating when you start growing your own food, you know. So yeah, that's kale. Nice. Can you tell me what that is? That's onion in my garden. Like this is my first time growing onion, and I was a bit timid, not sure if I'll be seeing bulbs. I think I mentioned that in my very first video, and look at it comparing to my hand. It's a decent sized bulb that's coming up. That's onion. It takes a while to come, and I'm seeing quite a few. Yeah, it needs to be weeded out, but it's a bit bushy. But they're in there, and this is one that's coming up right there. It's forming. You see how the stem of it is very thick? The more leaves it have, then you'll be sure that you'll be getting a bulb, because based on what I research, based on the amount of leaves you have, it determines the amount of rings or how big your onions will be. You know that the rings in your onion, yeah, it represents a leaf. That's knowledge I gained. Awesomeness. Yeah, so just showing you that these you can grow in containers as well. Onions. It will take a little bit a longer time, probably up to 3 months, 3.5 months for you to see. But hey, if you just grow a good amount, you can have onion to last you for a while. So yeah, so that is pretty much it for today. As I go along, I'll be teaching or informing you about different ways you can grow your vegetables. So join me on this journey. It's a journey that will be of benefit, not just for me, but for you and your family, right? And for our future. So start growing something today, and ending with my sunflower that will soon open. So have a good one, be safe, and like, share, and subscribe, and share something positive in the comments so I can know how you truly feel about this journey.